Escalator moving. Please all do not.
That's why our guts can't heal, right? That's why people are getting these things snatched in, because everything we've ever experienced is here. And it's painful, it's heavy, it's hard. It's hard to experience it. And a lot of times our bodies reject it so deeply that the memory is just held captive and dormant in your body. Until one day something awakens it. We call it a trigger. Something awakens it. And you remember it all again. That's the hard part. Because some of the past life regression you've experienced in this timeline, and then sometimes it's things that you've experienced in an entirely different timeline. And you're not even sure, you know, how you survived it. You had to reincarnate. I know I use words like this because they mean other things. You have to look it up. You can't just think of reincarnation as somebody dying and coming back. That's not the only type of reincarnation. There's levels to this shit. And people don't even listen to you till you die. But I believe it would be a living legend, actually. I wanted to live through it, so I asked for that. As painful as it is, I prefer to see it only because I remember before I got married, I never wanted to be married, I never wanted children. And the reason why is because of this. Like, being in a world where you can't be with them, either death or life. I'm lucky that my babies are alive still, right? But I still can't be with them. God, that shit hurts. And I can't ever go back to the way things were either. I don't want to. The way things were weren't good. They were good, but they weren't good, right? And it's amazing how both can exist. I think that's the most beautiful gift that God could ever give man, I think, is that you could be experiencing something so painful. And I think, you know, looking back, it's hard to even know if people really meant it, or they didn't love themselves enough, right? Some people don't love themselves. I read my journal. It was so painful to read. I didn't love myself. I didn't like myself because of how other people projected their feelings on me, about me. It triggered things in people from a child. Even with my mom, she would say that. And everybody wants this. They want to be chosen and God to use them. I had to stop asking God for things, or even giving him permission to do all the things. Because he'll use you as a vessel if you let him. If you say it's okay, you can be healing the world, but you're yourself depleted. Okay, heal everybody. You would be depleted still. You poured out so much. You poured out so much. And all you just need is just to regulate the nervous system, heal yourself. And that just comes from a lot of stillness and silence and peace. In moments like these where you don't want to lay this on anybody's heart, especially the new people. People that you can hug them. You don't need to say nothing. You just need a louder hug. And you need to just allow a connection. Because they've been through stuff too that they've overcome. And they're saying they're able to be that space for you still, despite their trauma. But the trauma bonding is so unhealthy. Yet, there's a way to bond that is super healthy. It's not venting, it's stillness, it's quiet, it's the calm. It's actually the calm, it's the stillness, it's the whisper. But not the sinister kind whispering. It's the peaceful whisper, like the one that comes in the wind. When you know the wind is just rubbed against your face. It's just such a soft whisper. You felt the wind, you felt the movement, you felt the shift in the atmosphere. That silence, that stillness is what saves us. Who's been through the worst kind of abuse that you could ever imagine. And it is that of the mind. It's not of the mind. It's the worst because you can't see it. You can't see the blows. The blows you can't see, yet the wounds are so prevalent. You can't see it, but the wounds are so prevalent. And you hold on. You hold on to the scriptures. I'm able to make you wise for your salvation. They're not meant to diminish you or demonize you. They're meant to help you. And it doesn't mean that you're good or perfect. It just means that you have something that's deep waters you can use to overcome things. And so, one of the things my grandma taught me, and I don't know if she loved me. When I look at what I would believe love to be now, I would say no. But I don't think it's because she didn't know how to love. Because I saw her loving people for real. I think it's just she maybe felt like she had to. And here I am again making excuses for them. That's the worst part of the trauma. I've stopped blaming myself. But because I don't blame myself, I want to also still continue to protect the other person, their integrity. I want to think the best of them. But in fact, Jesus was very clear. He knew it was in man. He understood their hearts. He understood their hearts so much that he could just pinpoint and say what it was. He didn't sugarcoat it. I sugarcoat all the time the past, and say, okay, maybe it wasn't what I thought, instead of just fully understanding and trusting myself. Someone asked me last night, do I trust myself? And I say, yeah. I don't always listen to myself, but I do trust what I'm feeling. I hear it and I see it. When I see and when I hear what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, I know it's real. I do. Yet, I can't get too involved in that reality either, because I'm in between worlds trying to see what they're feeling, but realizing it's not my business, and then also existing within the moment, knowing that I'm okay. I'm good just how I am. I don't need to prove or be or become or exist for anyone outside of me, because if I show up fully for me, then I also show up that beautiful way in the world. And so my coexistence is a blessing. And don't take this arrogantly, but if you see who you are when you look in the mirror, you already know there's so much to love. So therefore, no one can tell you anything different. Yet, again, I can exist in knowing that and also feel that there's not that too. That's why the stillness, the quietness, the peace, the alone times are so prevalent and important for me. Because that place there sits no judgment, no condemnation, no projection, only resonance, only reflection, only deep depth, understanding, But it doesn't come overnight. It comes in increments. And I believe the reason it's done in increments is because it's too much. It's too much. If you were to get it all at once. All at once, I believe, must be from the enemy of the souls of the earth. If you're being given all of it at once, that's why multiple personality disorders, mental health diseases are all diseased, because it's an over amount of things at once for a person. They're not taking it in stride, and they're not slowing down, and they're not pulling their own weight in increments. They're taking it. There's like going into a gym and trying to pick up all the weights at one time. You have too many experiences that are deep, like the ocean. Proverbs talks about a man's heart like deep waters, and a man of understanding can draw it out. A man of understanding draws it out. And I think that's the chosen's mission, is to be the experiment, be the case study. So perhaps those who come after you, like I have used information from the past to help me in the present, that information coming from someone's gut, those lived experiences, that's studied. If you can get there and you can share the experience from a whole place, a place of wholeness, a place of healedness, which I think healed is just a good word to describe our evolution, but healing in the sense of a wound, a scratch, and then watching the skin go, you still can see the scar. Healing doesn't mean the scar is gone. Healing just means that the wound is no longer open, but the scar remains. The tissue has the wear and tear on our bodies, the aging, all of it. Like, we exist evolutionary, and yet we know both exist. We are all dying and living at the same time. It's happening cyclically. It's happening all the time. There's death and rebirth all the time. That's why you can't get so attached to everything and everybody. Death and rebirth, a constant. The only thing constant in the world is change. It's the only thing constant. So we are changing. Our bodies are constantly evolving or declining. We are choosing what we want. If we want decline, we get decline. If we want evolution, we can have evolution. We cannot let people tell us what we are having. We cannot let people determine that for us. We can't do it. We can't. We have to trust ourselves enough to know when it's time to let go. Letting go is the worst part of all this. It's gotta be the worst part. Because whether the person's alive or actually left the physical realm, this shit is painful in life and in death. You can't glorify it though. You can't memorialize it so much. You have to detach. You can't memorialize it. You have to detach. There's no other way. You can't romanticize pain. You can, but you only can go so long without actually acknowledging what it is.